Hello, students. The next chapter is life processes. So, introduction, we are just starting from the very first word life. Earth happens to be the only known planet having life. We know that in the solar system, the Earth is the only planet at which the life exists. We know till. There are beings stands for the organisms. There are beings which live, die, and become the part of the nature again. The living organisms can be differentiated from the inanimate entities on the various parameters of the life processes. These living organisms are different from the others one on the basis of the various parameters of the life processes. Now here the next is name of the chapter, that is life processes. It is clear from the name. These are some of the processes which are essential for the life. So, to explain the life process, we have various points. The very first is maintenance of the living organism is essential. Mind it. Maintenance of the living organism is essential even if they are moving, resting, or even sleeping. Second, the processes which are together perform the function of the mind it together perform the functions of the maintenance of the life are called the life processes. And these processes may be nutrition. Nutrition means, you have already studied about nutrition, means just ingestion of food, digestion of food, assimilation of food, absorption of food, and then excretion of the waste material. Respiration, that how the food is utilized, how the energy obtained from the food is utilizes, that is with the help of the respiration. There are two types of respirations, that is aerobic and anaerobic. We would go through the detail in later. Circulation and then excretions are the example of essential life processes. Now we know that there are two types of organisms, that is unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms, we know very well about the amoeba and paramecium and all. So in unicellular organisms, all these processes are carried out by the single cell. As the unicellular organisms consist of one cell only, they are made up of one cell only. So these life processes are in amoeba or unicellular organisms are done by that single cell only. In multicellular organisms like the animals, human also, in multicellular organisms, well developed systems are present to carry out the processes. In multicellular organisms, there are various organs and organ systems are also there, and which are performing the different activities. Next, nutrition. So, what is nutrition? The process of acquiring the food that is needed for the nourishment and sustenance of the organisms is called nutrition. There are two main modes of nutrition we know very well, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic nutritions. Further, heterotrophic nutritions have the subtitles or subtypes. Heterotrophic nutrition have subtypes as holozoic, saprophytic, and parasitic nutritions. So first of all, autotrophic nutrition we are going through. What is autotrophic nutritions? We know that autotrophs are known as the green plants and some blue-green algae, which has ability to synthesize their own food by using the inorganic substances like CO2 and H2O in the presence of sunlight and a green color pigment chlorophyll. Okay, so in an organism, nourish itself by the if an organism can nourish itself by making its own food using the sunlight or chemicals, such mode of nutrition is called as a autotrophic nutrition. Next point है, plants photosynthesize. Photosynthesize means they has the ability to perform the photosynthesis process by which they will prepare their food. So plants photosynthesize using the light energy and are called photoautotrophs, and they are also called photoautotrophs. Next point, few bacteria use chemicals to derive energy, and so they are called chemoautotrophs. Now the next one is photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? This is the process by which the autotrophs, we have already discussed, synthesize their food by using inorganic substances, CO2 and H2O, in the presence of the sunlight and a green color pigment present in the leaves of the plants, chlorophyll, and synthesize their organic food from the inorganic substances, organic food, that is glucose, and liberate oxygen also. So photosynthesis, according to this, photosynthesis is the important process by which food is formed. The plants make food using the sunlight and water, which provides nourishment to the other organisms and themselves. Now, what are the steps followed in the process of the photosynthesis? Very first, what would happen? The very first point, chlorophyll. The very first point, chlorophyll present in the green parts absorb the light energy. That means absorb and trap the light energy. Second, this light energy is used to split the, mind it, split the water into its constituent gases, that is hydrogen and oxygen. Third point, hydrogen is then used to reduce the redox reactions we just have to go through, reduce carbon dioxide into carbohydrates, typically glucose. So hydrogen is used to reduce the carbon dioxide to the carbohydrate, that is glucose. Now, chlorophyll essential for the photosynthesis, and stomata facilitates intake of carbon dioxides. So chlorophyll is the green color pigment which is present in the leaves of the plants, that is very much essential for the photosynthesis, and stomata facilitate intake of carbon dioxide. Yes, stomata, this is the new term, stomata. This is the small fine openings in the leaves through which the gases exchange, जहाँ से gases का exchange होता है. Okay, so the next point is stomata. What is stomata? Stomata are the pores on the leaves that help in the exchange of gases, जिसके थ्रू gases exchange होती हैं. They are, next point है, they are mostly found on the underside of the leaf. Third point है, each stoma is guarded by the guard cells. So each stoma is guarded by the guard cells. Here we are talking about the guard cells. These are the guard cells.